Hello everyone, welcome to today's daily drawing practice. We're doing daily drawings of amazing muses. I'm in touch with most of the people that we draw and have a Discord server where I share the reference and people are sharing their work. And today from the Discord server, we recently got to meet in my Tuesday Zoom session, which just ended. So say hello in the chat, everyone, and let me know if you just came from the Tuesday Zoom session to here. Kelly is Corinna, for example, was just in the Tuesday Zoom session. I'll show you some of the sketches. So I'm all warmed up now. Everyone is welcome to join in Zoom every Tuesday. It just finished and it goes for 2 hours and it is so much fun and it's such good practice. And I'll just show you some of the sketches I've done. So I'm warmed up after 2 hours of sketching there. And here is the final 6-minute portrait that I did. We start with 30-second poses and then do 1 minute, 2 minute, 4 minute, and then 6-minute poses. And by the end of 2 hours, we've done like 26 portrait sketches. So these were other 6-minute ones, I think. And the theme today was jewelry and ornamentation. So some people were displaying their incredible jewelry or just putting things on their heads as ornamentation and decoration. So here are some of the quick sketches. And it's just here, Anastasios, shadow shapes. Had such good lighting. We're into shadow shapes today with the reference we're about to draw. Great shadow shapes. And this is just so much fun. And I don't know why everyone doesn't come to the Tuesday Zoom sessions because it's great practice, great fun. Corinna, there you are. Yeah, it's good. Everyone can join us every Tuesday. So I've just done that. So now I'm ready to go. The previous show, June, the Zoom session it's a pay what you want session. It's €6 or pay what you want. Everyone can join. I did wear my necklace from yesterday and I have these, hang on, I'll put this back up because Holly gave me these stick-on earrings, and for the first time ever in my life I was like, oh, maybe I should get some earrings. It's like it really kind of goes well with my eye color, and so I did wear this from Holly. Thank you very much, Holly. The theme was jewelry, exactly, that's why, inspired by Holly. So let's draw, shall we? So yeah, that is not a live stream, it's Zoom there, but I do have the Zoom link in every one of my YouTube video descriptions. Everyone can join, and if you would like to, you can contribute to it. It's €6 or pay what you want. Let's start drawing. So I'm going to, this week, I'm trying to stick to 10 minutes. And since we're starting later today, that's appropriate. And let me just thank the people in the chat: Corinna, Nicole, Elizabeth, June, Adam, and Oliver. Is it okay if I just call you Oliver? And if you have not said hello in the chat yet, please do, because it makes me feel good. Ask questions as well, and just say random things, and then I've got something to respond to while I'm drawing. So let's go. Kelly, so happy to be able to draw you today. I'm glad that we have had the chance to meet in Zoom, and I also really appreciate you being active in the Discord server. So Kelly shared these references to the reference sharing channel, and people can share photos there of themselves or of other people. It's best if you've got permission, or if it's so obvious that like it's okay, like a Kafka. So great, someone shared Kafka reference. And people grab those and they sketch from them, and it's great. And if you are happy for me to draw from them, you can say, Dylan, you can totally use this in a stream like Kelly did, and then I'll get in touch and say, oh, can I draw you today? And then you say, yeah, of course you can, and then we draw you in a stream. And Kelly is currently in Portugal and asked in the Discord server, what art supplies should I take? And I said, based on my experience, I've often taken a lot of stuff with me and not used most of it. So I was just like, just take a few things that are going to be easy to use. And I'm sure we can, so far Kelly said that she's only been using ink. So, but took a lot more than just ink. But it's so cool. How do people find traveling and art making? I know that some people, that's like the whole thing that they do, like urban sketches. They go places and they just draw all the time, draw the place. And I have spent time sketching while traveling. But I also have often thought I would do a lot more and didn't do as much as I wanted to or thought that I would. So I find it's so what I found because of that, I have a pretty reduced kind of travel supplies. Well, I've got proportion things way off here, but that's all right. I'm just going to keep going and see if I can see what's going to become of this. What am I doing? What? Oh, it was a 6-minute timer. I was just like, there can't only be 3.5 minutes left of 10 minutes. That does not make any sense. But that's because I still had it on the 6-minute timer from Zoom. So yeah, I basically, I take like some water-soluble pencils and a brush pen, one of these Stabilo fine liners that I've been using here, the calligraphy pen, a pencil, and Hanamura Nostalgie paper. And that's it. Which is interesting because it's mostly what I use during the live streams as well. And I guess it's a time frame thing. I know like that is something or a few tools that I've gotten pretty comfortable using in a pretty brief time frame. And I guess it's also that's probably it. It's also a question of like what materials you're really comfortable with as to what makes sense to take on a journey with you. And I guess in the past I've been in phases where I felt like I was just learning how to paint. Then I took all these watercolor paints and I guess I wasn't content with how my pieces worked out, so I just kind of put them away. But back then I had so much time back in those days. It actually would have been a great opportunity to really push and learn and do a lot more. And I just don't get to travel so much these days. I would love to combine art and traveling. So if anyone wants to invite me to teach a workshop somewhere, I'm up for it. It's such a like the exact same thing that we're doing here is like, you know, you sit down and you're really focused with a particular reference, a person, and you just become like you totally zero in at looking, learning to see where to put things, to put some marks on the paper to make some kind of image that looks like something. And it's a wonderful opportunity to connect to yourself really, but like to connect to the muse, to connect to the material, and to do that while on the road, while being like in the excitement of being somewhere new. In retrospect, I wish I had done a lot more of it. But interestingly, while I was traveling, I was experimenting a lot more with making music, and I had a darbuka drum with me and flutes and rattles and a tin whistle, and I didn't really draw much during that time, but I had all of these instruments that I was just kind of collecting, and then I would rock up somewhere and be like just exploring sound, and then sometimes there'd be other people who would join in and be like, can you drum? Here, take this, let's play. So that was I guess that's what I'm doing now. was going to say playing together with people was just a fun part of my experience, and that's what I'm doing with all of you. We come here and we play together. We draw together. Hi Lewis, Kiki, Elizabeth, Nicole. I take one small pencil case with a few colour pencils, range of pens, art graph. June. Wait another 40 years and you have more time than you want and more art supplies. That may be the case. Yeah, it's not the case right now. So that was 6 minutes, and I'm going to put another 4 minutes on, and then we'll be done for today. And I feel like there were some things where I was like, whoa, way off with the proportions, but I kind of was able to just raise the ear here, saved myself a bit. Corinna, no, I did not have a cello back then. It was my playthings when I was traveling had to fit in my backpack. So where was it? In Barcelona, I bought a darbuka. I traveled with a guy who was playing flute, Paul, and it was amazing. And it just was so beautiful, this bamboo flute, and he would sit and play, and I'm like, oh, so nice. I wish I could do that. And it was like, well, maybe you just need to find your instrument. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I do. And so I sorted out, and I found a cool, very lightweight drum that I could also roll up my clothes and put them inside of it, and it fit inside my backpack. So that was my first travel instrument. And then I started accumulating some rattles and different things. And then I hitchhiked with a flute builder and bought a flute from him. And it opened up my world to the idea of music making, because it was an overtone flute, which is a very intuitive flute without any holes. You just play with your breath, and it just changed what I thought music was, what I thought it meant to be able to make music, because you don't have to be able to read notes, you don't have to be able to put your fingers in the right place, you just have to be able to breathe. And although it has no holes, you can get like 14 different notes out of it, and it's in a harmonic scale. So everything's in tune with itself. You can't play uncomfortable notes, because that was the thing in my musical past. It'd be like I tried to do things, but like, that sounds bad. So I stopped. And but then to have an instrument where none of the notes can sound bad, because it's all totally in tune with itself, all in the same harmonic range, was just like, oh wow, literally changed my life. In many ways. Jen, you've been drawing along with all of the replays and finally caught it live. So nice to have you here. Awesome. Thank you for drawing along. I'm happy for each and every one of you who tunes in, whether you're watching live or watching the replays. I'd love you to say hello, leave a comment. But yeah, so nice that you're able to be here live. That's great. Coming into 10 minutes, and I'm kind of amazed that I feel like I'm pretty much done, surprisingly. So yeah, but I guess it is a Tuesday, and I did just spend 2 hours warming up for this. So that helps a lot. And the focus on shadow shapes, this is just having reference, which has really clear shapes, is such a gift. Like, it just makes, so much of the work is already done, because there's just so many things to draw. That's so helpful. And that's why I love photos like this. So thank you so much. Kelly, Eccentric Archive on Instagram. Thank you for sharing your photos. Thank you to everyone in the Discord server. If you're not already there, I'd love you to join. And that's it for today. Thank you, Kiki. Put your drawing hand emoji in the chat. And June, have you ever used Native American flute? They're fabulous. Used to have people to play with here, like the pentatonic flute, which has the wooden piece on top. They're very cool. Kira has one of those from Peru. Kiki has to go. I have to go too. Thank you all for being here. The Discord server, I'll just grab the link, put that in the chat. Come along to the Drawn Together show on Thursday. We're going to be drawing over on the Drawn Together show channel, and Andrew Kadima will be our guest, which we're very excited about. And it's going to be so cool. And if you'd like to join the after party, for where we're going to do 1 hour on YouTube, and then we're going to do an extra hour in Zoom where we get to talk and hang out together, and you get to chat with Andrew and with us and whoever else is there. Those who would like to join the after party, you can check out the Drawn Together Patreon, where you can support the show and get invites to the exclusive after parties. It's going to be so cool. So I'm going to be sending out a mailing list about that to my mailing list. There's a link in the description as well to join my mailing list. I just send stuff about opportunities to draw together. So I would love to have you join my mailing list, join the Join Together show on Thursday, and be here tomorrow as well, because we'll be doing more drawing tomorrow. Adam came prepared for the 10-minute time limit today. Flair felt tip. I can't wait to see what you've done. Thank you all for being here. Rest well, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow.